When I hit my first 10k per month with video editing, I didn't just get a DM for a job that pays 10k per month. I had it with clients that I had for a long time. I just needed to say the right things to them in the right time to convince them that I had to be paid more. And if I didn't say the correct thing, the conversations could have took a completely different route. They could have rejected my prices, tried to lowball me, or simply dropped me and stopped working with me. But using the tactics that I will go through in this video, all of them accepted my prices, which made for my first 10k per month 7 months after editing my first video. The first thing I know for a fact most editors don't do, but it allows you to charge way higher prices, is discussing prices face to face. Now I say this as someone with a weird accent that I had a trashy mic for a long time. What I mean by face to face is not actually like in real life, but going on a call with them instead of texting them, and if possible turning on your webcam. When you're discussing prices in a call, it takes more skill, it's more stressful. They either buy into your confidence and trust you and pay your prices, or you buy into their doubt and you break frame and you just say like, oh yeah, you're right, I guess we can decrease the prices if you want. So it takes more skill. You can't just like think about it and type your messages slowly to them. You have to respond right away because you're on a call with them, you're talking to them right now. You don't have time to think. But the reason that all big purchases have salesmen, have people that will talk to you face to face and try to convince you to buy them, because of 3 reasons. First of all, they can respond to you right away. When you have an objection or a question, they can just respond to it right away and go through with the sale. And because second of all, you trust people in a voice chat more than you trust them in text. And you trust people more in a video chat more than a voice chat. So this just confirms to the clients that you're not a scammer. It makes him trust you more. And third of all, it's the halo effect. When he talks to 10 editors, 9 of them talk with him in chat, he doesn't even remember the conversations with them. And one of them, hopefully you, goes on a video chat with him and you guys connect, you make jokes and you talk about it face to face. He will remember you way more than the other 9 editors that just messaged him. Which is gonna help you when he's deciding which one of these editors to pay. Now again, going on a call might be stressful for you right now. You might not have the confidence to say that you charge hundreds or thousands of dollars per video. You might fall under pressure and just say a lower number because you're scared. But the difference is you should have had that pricing conversation way more than him. At one point you will be used to it. You will know what objections they have. You won't know how to say your prices with confidence. So what I found helpful with closing clients or asking for a raise is always doing it in a voice call or a video call if possible. But that won't affect anything if you don't reach the point of actually going on a call with them, of actually discussing prices. You have to message them first. And for messaging, I see problems that most editors do that is honestly super stupid and it just makes the clients wanna run away. So the second tactic that I use while talking to clients on text is writing shorter messages. This applies when you're first talking to a client, when you're outreaching to him, or even when you're working with him for a long time. What I see most editors do on outreach while talking to clients, overall they just write super long messages because they see other editors do it, which I did at some point, I'm not gonna lie. I saw another editor just write a super long ChatGPT message, so I just made my own super long ChatGPT message. It's not helpful at all. It just decreases the chance that the client will actually respond to you. First of all, you're disrespecting his time, expecting him to read this huge wall of text. And second of all, most of the wall of text can be cut. For video editors, there isn't much you can do besides actually showing your work and actually delivering on your work. Saying that you will do seamless animations or you improve retention or all of this stuff is meaningless. You need to show, not tell. Taking outreaching, for example, you say something like, hello bro, I've seen your channel and I really like your consistency. Just a random compliment. I was wondering if you're looking for a video editor. Here's my portfolio. And you just send him your portfolio. It's as simple as that. A message like that will get you way more clients than a ChatGPT super long seamless animations improving retention message. So be super concise and short with your message. Of course, if he asks you a question and it takes a long message to respond to it, then just write that message, but try to make it as short as possible. So after you don't fall into the trap of writing ChatGPT super long messages, there's a technique that I use which makes clients way more comfortable and trust me way more. And that technique is called mirroring. Now we're gonna run into a lot of different clients, and everyone talks in their own way. Some clients talk formally, some clients talk in a chill bro way. Mirroring is just using the same talking styles that they use. So if they're super formal, then they want their editor to be super formal as well. They want just a formal relationship where they give you a video, you get it done, you send it to them. But if they're super chill and they ask you questions and they make jokes and they talk to you like a friend, then they want an editor that's more of a friend. And you should be that editor for them. You should make jokes as well, you should be yourself, you should answer their questions, give them advice, and just talk in a less formal way, because if you talk in a super formal way, it's gonna make them uncomfortable. Same to the formal guy. If you talk in a super chill way, you're gonna make him uncomfortable. You're gonna make him feel that you're not serious. I've had clients in both talking styles, and honestly, I don't mind either of them. But just remember to replicate their talking style, because that makes them just way more comfortable and makes their life easier. The next thing that made them prefer me more than all other editors and made them accept my prices is confidence in speaking and in text. Now imagine you're on a private jet, and your private jet goes through a hurricane, and the private jet is kinda shaking, and you ask your pilot what's happening, and they say like, well, this is a super hard hurricane, this is shaky, I'm not sure. You're gonna be super scared. You're not even gonna be able to go on your phone because you're super focused on the hurricane and you're worried about it. Now imagine that you're with a different pilot, and when you ask that pilot, he tells you that, bro, it's nothing, it's just a small hurricane. I've gone through like millions of these. I've been flying for years, bro. The hurricane should be scared of me, bro. Don't even worry about it, just go on your phone. Now it's a super small difference, but the confidence that these speak about made your life way easier. Now, besides if you actually crash or not, at least with the second pilot you had a bit of fun. The second pilot made your life easier by just telling you that it's alright, relax, I know how to deal with it. So when a client asks you, for example, can you do this animation? What I like to say is, bro, I can make it 3D if you want. I've been making animations like this for a long time. I've been editing for months. This is my whole life. Now the client likes me more. Who doesn't want an employee? When you ask him a question about anything, he just tells you that he got it, don't worry about it. And he can even over-deliver and do more than you want without even like messaging you, asking you any questions. He wishes to do it. That's an amazing employee in my opinion. And when that employee asks for a raise, he's gonna wonder, is it worth just dropping him and get another editor that will ask you how to do the animation? Does it way worse than you ask for it? You're gonna have to monitor him all of the time to make sure that he's actually doing his job. Or just pay the raise and keep this editor that makes your life way easier. That while being in a hurricane makes you chill and be on your phone. Even when clients ask me how I did a certain animation, I make it look effortless. I tell them, oh, it's quite simple. And then I just go through 50 steps that I did to make this animation work. And they're like, Bob, I have no idea how you did this. It's super complex, but I'm glad that you find it simple. That's the relationship that you want with your client. You gotta be okay with paying you more. And confidence also applies when you say in your price or asking for a raise. Instead of sending a long message of, yo bro, I'm gonna raise my prices from $100 to $110. I just need this raise because I've been working for a long time and I hope you understand it, whatever. Just say quite simply, I'm raising my prices from $100 to $300. Does that fit your budget? Of course, ideally you will say that on a call, which is even harder because it's even harder to say, does that fit your budget? Which means that if it doesn't, then you're just gonna stop working with him. But hopefully I talked about it in the first tactic. You get used to talking on calls and you get good with it. When you ask him that, you put him in a tough situation. Does he say no and lose you? Or does he say yes and pay the price or pay the raise? After you say your price, you cannot back from it. If you back off from it, then your relationship with the client is basically ruined. When you say a price, you need to stick by it. And you need to say it with confidence. This is advice, of course, if you're trying to make as much money as possible. That's the way to do it. But the client might still be skeptical of your price if you say just right away like that. Yo bro, you just jump on a call with him. Yo bro, I'm raising my prices to this. Does that fit your budget? They're gonna be skeptical. Now when you say your price is just outright like that, it makes it seem that you just made up a number. Which is fine, but there's a better way to do it. Which is price anchoring. The way you price anchor is basically you give a reason for why you price it at this much. For example, instead of just saying, yo bro, I'm gonna raise my prices from $100 to $500. Does that fit your budget? Say something like, now hopefully this is on a call but also applies in text. Hey bro, I enjoyed working with you for X amount of time. My editing has improved a lot in this time and I'm starting to get new editing offers. So I'm gonna have to raise my prices from $200 to $400. Does that fit your budget? Now that's an example of it. We told him that our editing has improved and we'll get a new editing offers because of the improvement in editing. So that's a reason. That anchors your price. Another way you could do this is if you're saying your price for the first time and if a client, for example, asks for an hour-long video, hey bro, considering that the videos will be 1 hour long, I'll charge $700 per video. Now we told him a reason. It's because the videos are gonna be 1 hour long. That just makes it more reasonable. Yo bro, considering the 5 hours of raw footage you're gonna send me each time, I'd be charging $500 for this. Does that fit your budget? Now your reason is the amount of raw footage, which again makes your numbers seem reasonable. And you just tell him a reason before saying your price. Another way of price anchoring is saying something like, yo bro, considering that this video is gonna be twice as long as other videos, I'm gonna have to charge $1,200 for it. Does that fit your budget? Again, price anchoring. You didn't just say your price, you told him that the videos are gonna be twice as long, which makes your price seem more reasonable. Now on the tactic number 6 that I use, a lot of people don't use them and it makes them seem like a dickhead. So make sure that you use it so you don't seem like a dickhead. The tactic is always be clear that you understood the client. Now this is super small tip, but it makes the client trust you way more and makes it look like that you actually care about the client, which allows you to charge higher because the client wants someone that cares about them. Now when the client tells you something like, yo, I want this video to be edited in this style, or the raw footage are gonna be this long, or I want the videos done in this deadline, it's just a super small thing, but you need to respond with him saying something like, I gotcha. Or alright, okay, so the deadline is in 3 days, gotcha. Just anything that makes you look like you actually heard. Just say gotcha, bro. Just before you respond to him, tell him that you understood him. It might not seem like it, but when you don't actually do this, it just seems like you care about yourself. It just seems like, yeah, blah, 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 whatever client, just pay me $500. It's just a super small thing, but you don't understand the amount of difference it makes. Just say gotcha, or I understand you, or I got you. And that's basically it. Every time he gives you new information, just make sure that you make it clear that you understood him and you heard him. Tactic number 7 is understanding leverage. Now there's a concept that Gary Vee, just like a multi-millionaire, made super famous. The concept or the saying is jab, 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 right hook. What it means is basically that you need to give value by jabbing. You need to give value for a long time. You need to prove that you're worth the price before you go for a big right hook and ask for a raise. So you can't ask for a raise one video in. I mean, you can, but the client is gonna be way less likely to accept it compared to if you ask 3 videos in or 4 videos in. Now the caveat to this is that if you're 1 video in and to get a better client, then you can just ask for a raise. Because even if he drops you, then you have another client. But if you have no other clients, you need to jab, you need to give value, you need to prove that you're worth it. You need to use tactic 4 and make his life way easier. So when you go for the right hook, it's a no-brainer that he has to pay you more because you make him way more more money by just taking all of the editing out of his brain. So you need to give value before going for the right hook. Now Gary Vee with the jab right hook was using it in a different context, but it applies perfectly into editing. What I did with my clients that I had 10k per month with is that I worked with them for like 1 or 2 months, and in these 1 to 2 months I over-delivered. I did all-nighter. I always made the videos better than they expected. And after over-delivering for a long time, I just asked them for a huge raise, and they had to accept it because I proved to them. They trust me 100% because they know it. They seen it firsthand that I edit great, that I make them more money. So when I go for that right hook, they have their hands down and they have to accept my price. So again, if you want the client to accept your raise, if you don't care if he accepts it or not, you're gonna work with another client, it's alright. But if you want him to accept your raise, you're gonna have to over-deliver as much as possible before asking for a raise. You're gonna have to edit multiple videos. You're gonna have to basically prove that you're worth it. And after that, you can ask for a raise using the other tactics that I outlined in this video. Now, if you watch this far, I'm gonna make a huge assumption that you're a video editor. I know it's pretty risky. Now, if you're a video editor, I have a Discord server in the description where I basically try to make all members make as much money as possible for completely free. I have a free course in there. I do weekly free coaching calls and I answer all of your questions. Plus, you're gonna be around other editors that are trying to achieve the same goals as you. So join the Discord server right now if you're serious about editing. I hope to see you in the free coaching call. And other than that,